The little boy was visiting his uncle's new home for the first time, and the moment he walked in he turned into a curious little explorer. When he could not reach something he lifted onto his tiptoes and stretched out his tiny arms. His uncle kept watching him the whole time, afraid a decoration might fall and hurt the little one. But the moment he set little universe down on the floor, he started worrying that the cold floor would chill the child's little feet. And to show how much he liked the new home, the little guy left behind a very special gift on the spot.
엄청 쌌네.
Before this, Hyun Young had brought Little Universe to the kindergarten for a talent show, but to her surprise Park Yoon Sung showed up too. Just as the performance was about to begin, Tae Hyung had specially bought a bouquet for Little Universe, his heart full of joy at the thought of seeing him. But when he saw Park Yoon Sung standing beside Hyun Young, his face fell instantly. Watching the two of them chatting and laughing together, a wave of disappointment rushed over him. He placed the flowers on an empty chair, and quietly turned around and left without disturbing anyone. Park Yoon Sung saw all of it, but he did not tell Hyun Young. He even deliberately distracted her so she would not notice. After walking out of the kindergarten, Tae Hyung still could not help himself. He stopped at the entrance and slowly turned back. He looked toward the auditorium, where the two people he most wanted to protect were, but he no longer even had the courage to take one more step forward. Soon Little Universe went on stage to perform, facing a crowd of parents below. The little one was not nervous at all. He danced seriously to the rhythm, with a carefree smile all over his face, having an especially great time on stage. After the performance, Little Universe received a huge bouquet of flowers, and took lots of pictures with his aunt. But the person doing all of this was not the uncle Little Universe had been missing so much. Afterward, the three of them went out for a big meal. Even though Little Universe kept eating non-stop, his eyes were full of caution. In his mind, this strange uncle staying here would only keep his aunt and uncle from being together. A true number one obstacle. That day the neighbor hurt her back by accident, and could not go pick up Little Universe, so she called Tae Hyung, and as soon as Tae Hyung got the message he rushed to the kindergarten. After that, Tae Hyung carried Little Universe into a creative bookstore. Tae Hyung had wanted to buy him picture books, but the little guy was not interested at all, and immediately ran over to the toy section, completely captivated by a little excavator. But Tae Hyung cared more about learning, and insisted on buying Little Universe a book, so the little guy had no choice but to obey. After leaving the bookstore, Tae Hyung took Little Universe to his new home. Little Universe had been to his rental place before. Back then Tae Hyung treated his decorations like treasures, afraid the little guy might damage even the smallest thing. But this time it was different. There was no longer any concern for the objects in his eyes, only a heart full of worry. He stayed right behind the child every step of the way, afraid he might accidentally bump into something and get hurt. The warm afternoon light streamed in through the blinds, and Tae Hyung held Little Universe in his arms, nestled on the soft bed, reading fairy tales to the little one in the gentlest voice. Little Universe rested quietly in his uncle's arms, staring at the book without blinking. There was no naughty roughhousing and no sudden little accident, only warmth filling the room. Just then Hyun Young called, and Tae Hyung had no choice but to reluctantly take Little Universe back home. Before leaving, Tae Hyung told Hyun Young that the older neighbor had a herniated disc, and could not pick up Little Universe for a while. As long as he did not have a filming schedule, he would go pick up the child from kindergarten himself. At this moment the closeness they once had was gone, leaving only lingering awkwardness. After Tae Hyun left, Little Universe sat quietly at home, silently looking through the fairy tale book his uncle bought him, and Hyun Young went to the room where Tae Hyung used to stay, where she found something inside. This lamp was Tae Hyung's most precious treasure, but Tae Hyung had left it behind for Hyun Young.